everyone. Good morning and welcome to our Alice City Council meeting, public hearing and special city council meeting. Today is August 26th. It is 10:01 a.m. I call this meeting to order. And if we could have the record reflect that we do have quorum. And then we'll move on to our invocation and pledge of allegiance. Our invocation will be led by our city councilwoman, Mrs. Sandra Bowen, and then our pledge of allegiance by Mayor Pro Tem, Mr. Robert Molina.
Let us bow our heads. Heavenly Father, gracious Lord, we come to you today to thank you for the blessings you have provided and the many to come. We ask that you continue to be with this city council and mayor, Lord, that we make the right decisions for our community, Lord, with you in mind and service in our hearts. In your holy, precious name, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Everyone, please turn and face the flag. Right hand over your heart. I pledge
Pledge
allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you both.
You're welcome.
Moving on to public comments. I don't have anything before me on anyone wishing to speak before council on any of our agenda items. So we will move on to, well, do I have to read it? No. Agenda item number 4, individual consideration. 4.1, conduct a public hearing on fiscal year 2025-2026 proposed budget. Do you want me to open all of them up or go through one at a time?
No, just the public hearing first, I guess,
Okay.
yeah, and then
Okay.
open and close.
I will open up the public hearing at this time. It is 10:03 a.m. Anyone wishing to speak before council in reference to this agenda item, you're welcome to step forward and speak. This quiet's always a little. Again, anyone wishing to speak before council in reference to this agenda item is welcome to step forward at this time to speak to council. Seeing no one wishing to step forward in reference to this agenda item, I will close our public hearing. It is 10:05 a.m. 4.2, discuss, consider, and act upon taxing a record vote on the proposed tax rate on the City of Alice fiscal year 2025-2026 budget, and if needed, causing publication of notice of public hearing and setting the date, time, and place for a public hearing on the tax rate.
And yes, Mayor, Council, so on page 6 and 7 and 8, we have the language. So remember, this is a vote on a proposed tax rate. It's not the vote on the actual tax rate. What you decide here today is whatever you vote on is the most that you can vote on when it comes to adopting. You can be less than that rate. You just can't be any higher. To meet our budget that was proposed when the rate was calculated after we submitted it and got the information back from the appraisal district, page 7 is the proposed tax rate that would meet the budget, which is 0.615706. Current rate would be page 8, 0.566198. The rollback rate, which is would be page 6 would be 0.617150. So we're under that just a little bit with the .615706. And
Council, any questions, Mr. Rivera?
No, good.
Mr. Molina?
What's the highest we could be at?
the rollback rate would be .617.
Got it.
Yeah, .617150.
We're just under that.
Just under that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, I'm good.
Mrs. Bowman?
Okay, just so I understand, the 0.615706, that is what we budgeted.
That's what we budgeted.
What's
That's
on
what
our
matches our budget when we got the information back from the
Got it.
appraisal district, yes.
Okay, all right, thank you. Okay.
Okay. Council, no other discussion? Questions? If we have no further discussion or questions in reference to this agenda item, I'll entertain a motion. And then it would be a record vote.
May I make a motion to approve, or propose, to approve the proposed tax rate of 0.615706 per $100 for the City of Alice fiscal year 2025-2026 budget, and if needed, causing publication of notice of public hearing and setting the date, time, place for public hearing on the tax rate. Is that correct?
I'll second
Okay. We have a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
that. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Oh, I'm sorry, it's a record vote.
Yeah, it's a
I
record vote,
apologize.
yeah.
Mr. Veteran, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Molina?
Aye.
Mrs. Bowen?
Aye.
Okay. So, motion passes. Thank you, council. None opposed. And we'll move on to our next agenda item, 4.3. Review and discussion of the 2024-2025 fiscal year revised City of Alice budget and 2025-2026 fiscal year proposed City of Alice budget. Mr.
And, Mayor and Council, so on the handout, you have the agenda item 4.3. So what it is, some of the updates and based on the last conversations that we've had, of course, we'll bring a finalized, any finalized updates at the next meeting, but that's what the handout was, is the updates. And so we're here to go over that if you'd like to, and also go over the fee schedule today.
Thank you.
May I
Yes, sir.
Maggie, be excused to go conduct some other business?
Oh, yes.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John, for
Thank you.
being here.
Very welcome.
Have a good day.
Have a blessed day.
Bye. Hey, council, any questions in reference to agenda item or the supplements that were given to us on agenda item 4.3, Mr. Veteran? Mr. Molina?
Can you come back to me? I'm just gonna check one, I need to check one thing.
And so we're looking at mainly the updates on the 4.3. We'll go over the fee schedule and start the fee schedule if y'all don't have any questions on
On the
these,
change.
on the changes. Yeah, so some of the changes, yeah, we're tightening up where we were on the ad valorem as far as the percentage of taxes that we collect. And typically, we only budget at the 97%. And we do sometimes, with penalties and interest, the average collection on the dollars is about 103 typically, even though we only budget about 97. On the half cent, on the sales tax, we increased it just a little bit on the forecast to about 16,000. So added some travel that we talked about for TML and registration, and included a 1%. I know y'all were interested in doing between a 1 and a 3. It's very hard to do a 3% increase for staff, so we were able to work in a 1%. Reason there's so many pages here is because it touches every department.
Every department.
And so that's why there's multiple pages, and most of it's just the same, showing the salaries, FICA, and Team RS.
Right. Okay.
Mrs. Bowen, any questions?
We'll, I'm sorry, can you come back to me for a minute?
Yeah, and if after we go to the fee schedule, we can still, I mean, this is still the agenda item that's open,
still
so we
open
can
it,
still come
okay.
back to this anyway.
And then
Okay.
I just know that I want to thank every director, every department for, I know there's so many needs and so many things that are needed. And I thank finance for working hard. I know how difficult it is, and Mr. Esparza. Everyone tried to do the best to make things work, to make sure we're giving our citizens the best services and to continue those services. Mr. Modine?
No, so we are gonna talk about the fee schedule?
Yeah, we'll talk about fee schedule.
So what are we asking now? Just
Oh, these are just on the updates that we have. If y'all have any questions, these are the updates were really the things that you guys had mentioned the last two sessions.
so the motion is for what?
No motion on here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
No, we're good then.
yeah. And Vanessa, you want to get started with the fee schedule?
I'm sorry, Ms. Bowen, did you have?
No,
Oh,
I'm-
I'm sorry,
I'm-
I
no,
didn't
that's
notice
fine.
that.
It seems like we're going backwards, like coming with questions, and
Yeah.
everything, and I hadn't even looked at it. so-
Yeah.
No, yeah, we're now we're going to do the fee schedule.
Thank you,
yeah.
I appreciate that.
It's been-
Okay, I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and if you look at the other packet, which is the fee schedule, basically, if you took the first page, that's the utility billing. So what we concentrated on there is, we're keeping that average household that is using 4,000 to 6,000 gallons. We're not touching their water rates, we're not doing anything. The ones we're going, as you can see, are the high consumption. The ones that are 30 plus, those are the ones where, hey, somebody's using the same amount of water that 5 average households, so those are the ones that are gonna see an increase. So anything in red is where you're seeing not only high consumption rates, we're also going up on those outside the city limits. Just because we are seeing the cost of chemicals, cost of everything to get the water right outside of our city limits, we're noticing the difference. So those are the other ones that are affected in this scenario.
Yeah, but the standard residential, is staying the same as far as the rates, except for, of course, like we said, the high water usage. And it is, so if we had a closed, completely loop system that we didn't extend outside the city limits, it'd be less expensive, less chemicals that we need. And once we started heading out, it does cost more to provide those services out there. And so the proportion of the cost, we shouldn't bear it on people inside the city limits. So that's why those rates outside are going up on there.
So 7,000 is about the average for most houses?
Most single family, yes, we would see about 7,000. If you see somebody with a sprinkler system, pool, then you're gonna go into the 14, 15 range, and then
So does it go up after 7,000?
the way our water rates work is, if you see the first 3 tiers, that's basically the first 3 tiers, that's 12,000 gallons. So if you'll see the first 1,000 is at a rate, the next 4,000 is at another rate, so it's basically, that's 5,000 worth, then the next 7,000. So basically, the first 3 steps are covering a household that does 12,000 gallons. So that's why we're saying that, I mean, the average person is not gonna see an increase. It's those that are gonna be watering quite often or
Yeah,
filling
to get to
pools.
18,000 gallons, that's
Right.
quite a bit of usage.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's just the first page on utility billing, so I don't know if y'all had questions on that one, or we can go.
Council, any questions on that first page? Mr. Venkat,
Good.
Mr. Molina,
I'm good.
Mrs. Bowen?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
the next one would be our
sanitation, so if you look at page 4 of that one, we are doing a slight increase again, because we've done our homework with cities surrounding us, and I guess the way we calculate it is the 2375 is roughly $2.74 a pickup. So we go twice a week. So you got to look at it, the cost, the fuel, the manpower, the maintenance on the vehicle. So the average household, you're paying $2.74 each pickup is what it comes out to.
Where are you, Gabriel? I'm
On page 4,
lost.
I apologize. So the 2375 per unit, that's what our garbage bill
No,
is.
we're
I think
Where's that
that's
at?
page
Is it?
6.
Yeah, I was like, that's
I
not
have
on
a
this
different
page.
page number? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's
probably looking
page
at the
6.
old,
Oh, I apologize. I don't know what the,
Oh, there we are. Page
what
6.
number is it? That way I'll know.
Page
Oh,
6.
page
6?
six.
I'm so sorry. I have
That's
a different
okay.
packet. So on page 6.
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
I was like, wait,
Sorry.
I was like, where is
I
it?
hate you, Gabriel.
sorry.
I was so lost.
So that's what we based it off when we did that calculation. It's, and like I said, we're still below
Okay.
Kingsville, we're still below.
it's, so that's, you know,
Okay.
the 2375 a month.
I got it.
So, and like Gabriel was saying, that's every time somebody goes and picks up
Yeah, I got it.
that garbage can, $2.75 to try to pay for the personnel, the fuel, the equipment. And then, you know, the landfill has a development fee that we're using for developing the landfill, but you still gotta cover the trash, compact it, equipment out there. And so trying to get all that done with $2.74 every time they pick up that trash can. So it's
Okay.
pretty low.
Oregon.
Even, you know, going up to the 23, a couple of dollars to 23, it's still pretty low, yeah.
Okay, Gabriel, I'm sorry. I noticed on the first page there was some like multicolor. Was that
Red.
Red were the changes.
okay? But are there any?
There's no red on the,
It's going up $2.
Oh, it's not red?
Yeah, that,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay,
How much is it going up?
$2.
$2.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
21 to 23.
So I apologize. So yeah, those 2375, those should be in red.
Okay.
Okay,
And everything else on that page is no change, so
Okay.
nothing else should be coded.
$2.
and like you said, it covers the pickup, the, what does it cover again?
pick up the personnel,
Fuel,
fuel,
the vehicles.
Every time.
vehicle.
And it's for 2 days service.
Right, 2-day service.
Yeah, but every time we empty pick up a garbage can, empty it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were charging $2.51 for that. We're going up to $2.74.
Okay, got you.
And slowly, you know, it needs to be something that'll help, you know, replace the equipment. You know, just the increase in fuel alone, you know, it's hard to even cover that where we are.
Okay,
Excuse me, Michael.
yes.
Mr. Matlock's here. He's complimentary.
Oh, yeah.
Your regular coffee.
Regular coffee.
Mr. Matlock.
Where are these? Look.
Guys, Mayor Council.
Thank you.
Cinnamon roll,
There's
lemon
the
roll,
red
cinnamon
ones.
and white
We have them.
chocolate. Anywhere.
I'll take that pink one.
It's coffee good. It is so good.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
No, that's fine, thank you.
I'll take some.
Crazy.
Whatever.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
I met you all over there. Thank you all so much. Yes, we're excited.
Next week and on, I believe this weekend on Saturday. We don't have the flyers with us. If you go downstairs here after the meeting, we have our flyer for our promotion.
Yes,
And I
absolutely.
believe on this Saturday is our community rush, you can go get a free sponge, and then on Saturday for
Oh, how
next
nice.
is our swag day. That's where we're gonna be promoting everything, so every large shirt
Right.
you buy,
The training and
every
process.
large shirt you buy, you get a free shirt on us.
Okay.
So there's no limit, you can get as many as you want. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have family and friends, you come by, get a free.
Yeah.
That is this weekend.
Oh,
Thank you.
That
Yeah,
is
that's right.
wonderful.
I know, come through every day and get a free juice.
Swag.
Yeah? Oh, wow.
Hey, good to meet you, Ron.
Oh,
Thank y'all so
exciting.
much.
They want-
Can we get a picture?
Yeah.
Sure.
Can y'all
Yes,
move
of
your
course.
picture, please?
Did you want to go down there or just?
They're called Southern Brew.
Get in there, Ron. Come on in here.
You can
Come up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, come up here.
Here's a flyer.
You came by the other day.
Yeah, I did.
Alrighty, guys. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for this. This is awesome.
For joining
Let us
our
know if you like it.
Yeah, all right.
Don't worry.
Thank you so much. No problem. Good interruption.
Do y'all have?
Thank you.
Mind you, you can leave those guys. There's one upstairs.
Thank you.
We have sugar-free options for everything, actually. We even have sugar-free options for the energy drinks, give you way less of a crash. And I have vertigo, so sometimes coffee triggers me.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Y'all enjoy your day.
Bye-bye. That was sweet. Thank
That
you.
is wonderful. How sweet. What a nice surprise.
And,
It's just that one? Oh, okay.
Okay, so,
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
no questions on the fee
Oh, yeah, we're
schedule
working.
for
Let's see.
the solid waste?
Um,
Mr. Beltran? Mr. Beltran?
Oh, my God.
It threw you off a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
I was expecting him at 9:30.
Just come back.
What do you want? Yeah, and help us. I don't even know.
Sure.
Thank you. I'll just go with Mr.
I got your black coffee, rather. She knows what you
Solid
like.
waste.
plain coffee.
No, I'm good. Uh-huh.
Mrs. Ball?
No, thank you.
So we're good on-
You're good? Okay. All right.
The only, I don't know, City Manager, if you want to go to page 8, there's not going to be any color coding that has to do with our building fees. It's something we just want to point out to you is we are working with a third-party vendor, I don't want to say it incorrectly,
AOKA.
AOKA. So we're working with them, and they're the ones that have a portal. They're going to allow contractors and citizens to do all their permitting and every inspections online. And so the way it works is we're working with them to finalize our new fees. And so that's why we haven't changed them here, is because we're still through those contract negotiations that city manager will bring to you within the next meeting or so.
Those are pass-throughs that we have for building permits, like permits and those. And, yeah, we're gonna try to utilize them as much for a lot of those fees and their software to be a kind of a single point of contact for our vendors and contractors. And so we're still working on that.
Right.
It's there's a lot of those fees that are kind of difficult to match up, and so we've been at it for a while, but we're still doing it.
So we just want to bring that to your attention because we are going to come right back to you and have those finalized numbers. But at this time, there's no change
Yeah, we don't have any changes.
in the fee schedule.
Council, any questions? for the rest of the-
Right now.
Ms. Ball?
No, thank you.
Okay, next up would be page 12, and those are the golf cart fees. As Jay mentioned at the time when you approved the new lease with the golf carts, we did build in that increase for the golf cart fees at the bottom. And then we also are showing an increase for our daily rates.
Went up by $2 on the daily rate. And we're still, we'd like to gauge some of the surrounding communities, and still with increasing just $2, we're less than the surrounding area on our green fees and total cost. So.
Council, any questions in reference to these items?
Not right now.
Mr. Beltran?
Not right? No.
Mr. Molina?
No, I'm good. I'm good at page 12.
Ms. Bowen?
Sorry.
You're fine.
No, yeah, I'm good.
Good. And next would be page 13, and those are our parks fees. Those you'll see what we've noticed, or Mr. Chapa and Jennifer are both here, what we've seen because we're putting in so much, implementing so much improvements at our parks, our league fees, our league fields primarily. These fields, what we're seeing is there's a whole lot more usage. And this, by implementing this fee, what we're doing is we're trying to do it where a league pass, we're trying to better organize the use of it, because what we're seeing right now is an organization is leasing the field, they're having it for 4 months, and we're having trouble allowing other entities to go in there, other organizations to do it. And not only that part, but we're also not recouping a lot of the costs where we're making all these improvements. We're bettering the fields, we're improving the scoreboards, the lighting and everything. And we want, these fields obviously are for everybody to use, but at the same time it comes at a cost. So we're trying to just cover some of that. Where the city in the past has basically just eaten a lot of this maintenance, and now we're just trying to recoup some of it to be able to maintain these at the level we want them going forward.
Okay.
Council, any questions on this, Mr. Beltran?
So are the fees going up, or are they staying the same?
Well,
These are new.
they're basically what it is right now when a league, and Mr. Chapa could speak to this better, but when an organization comes to rent the field for a league, what they're doing is they're putting down a deposit. Then they use a field for 4 months, 5 months, and then the league's over and we return that fund.
Right.
So the city has never withheld any of that money. That money, it never comes back to the city. It's just a deposit. And so what we're trying to do is basically now that fee is non-refundable. It's basically now.
It's a true fee for a
It's a true
league to
fee.
utilize the field.
Yeah.
Not utilizing it exclusively, just to utilize the field.
Because we have a lot of costs. We have the chalking, we have the field maintenance itself,
So
we
the
have,
lights weren't ever covered?
the lights are different. The lights will be covered. The lights we do charge for and keep. This is for just the use of the field.
Okay,
And what is that fee for the 3-4 months or whatever?
$750,
$750.
non-refundable. It's on the bottom, right here.
Okay.
And then the concession stands, we've never charged.
We've never charged for
What's-
that either.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So this is per game or per day? Like-
We're trying to phase
Is it-
that into it. So the main phase we're concentrating on is the league fee. That's the main one we're concentrating
Like the
on.
water consumption and all that stuff has never been charged?
Right.
Nothing?
The sand, everything.
Yeah, and this is different than regular, our some of the parks were kind of open to the general public, playground equipment, those are, we know we do those operating at a loss, but we have to fund them for our community. The fields that we have here, we're putting a lot of money into them, and it's for league play. Yeah, it's not just kind of open to the general public, but we have these fields like this, and the general public wants to lease a field for a day, or somebody wants to take, their kids out there to utilize it, they should be able to do that as well. And so, we just don't want to have we don't want it to be exclusive.
What organizations do these,
So the Boys
Typically.
and Girls Club uses them, Little League, of course, uses them, Kickball uses them. They rent them, for their season.
right? So there's a fee that the kids have to pay, right, to
To
play?
the league?
To the leagues.
Not to us,
Not
it
to-
would be to.
And then the concessions, there's money being charged for food, right? Okay,
Yeah.
The other thing,
To us.
yeah.
the other thing, if you don't mind, I wanted to bring up was, I noticed that at these fields, these ballpark fields, there are billboards on the back of the fences, which is city property, of course. Now, that is something they're selling also
On
You
our
know,
fences?
Yes.
for them. I mean, do we still want to do that? I mean, because they are making the money, extra for that as well.
Yeah,
Because I know that the fees that they charge for the kids, they usually go to their uniform and certain things, like that too. I do understand that. I have grandkids.
The way I understand it,
Portion of
they hold on to those fees, whatever they, charge for, whatever business they get to buy an ad. And they keep the concession stand sales as well.
Yeah,
So
okay.
that's why we're trying to just increase this a little bit as far as the rental and not refund it back to them.
Okay.
No wonder it feels like the way they did.
But part of that, we do need to look at that advertising, because, that's city property that people.
That's what I'm thinking.
And so, we are gonna have to go through in each one, and if somebody has an agreement in place, we'll work with that however it needs to be, but that's something that needs to be addressed as well.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's no way to police the concession stand,
As far
The
as
city?
like for us to get any benefit from any of that besides.
Discharging,
besides
but
the
also
Discharging
we
a
do need to, we
fee
do need to
for
do
the
the,
Straight fee.
we do need to, also do the food handler, the permitting, like we do anybody else that's gonna
I
sell
was
food.
gonna ask that just now.
Have we ever done that?
We haven't, and but we need to, we should,
Yeah.
we will be doing.
Yeah, they're serving
Yeah.
the general public. They gotta be required to have a food handler license.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
Wow.
for safety.
I never knew that was in play.
Yeah, all these years.
Wow.
Maybe that season rental number needs to go up then. I mean, 'cause
Well, there's
like
a-
you said, it's just a blanket, basically a blanket pass for 3-4 months to kind of use however they want, and, you know. Like I said, there's some things that we haven't been kind of keeping,
Yeah.
too sharp of an eye on, like you say, the concession stand, and then not getting this money. I didn't know that. I thought,
Yeah, I didn't.
I mean, I know we're not supposed to kind of make money off, recreation or whatever, but somebody's making money.
Well, it's actually
Yeah.
going back into the,
Yeah, and
Right,
Parts.
that's our concentration,
Yeah.
put it back in.
it's
it'd
going.
be very difficult for us in any of those to make any kind of money. We're just trying to recoup a little bit of the losses that we have, because we're putting it back in, it's putting back in for the kids, everything we do out there. I mean, the parks that we do, we're maintaining the parks every day.
Well, bases ain't cheap, and, the maintenance is not cheap. The medicine, the fertilization it takes to keep up those fields is not cheap. The watering that it
And,
takes
and,
is not
and
cheap.
now if we were managing.
That's
the
why they
league-
look the way they did.
If we were managing the league, it'd be different, but there's other, there's private people that run those leagues, and they run it a certain way. And we don't see their books, we don't see what they do, we don't.
Right.
We're not asking to, but
Yeah.
any recommendations? I guess, can they make recommendations on,
On the fees or what?
or, I mean, I know we've made some, right?
On the, you're talking about and so what initially you're talking about the league, the season rental,
Okay.
the non-exclusive season rental.
But I'm talking in addition to what Sandra was saying about the advertisements and stuff like that. That all needs to be added to this as well.
Well, we can come up with what the rates for the advertising should be. It could be in our fee schedule if somebody wants to advertise on any one of those fields on the back. We can add that on here so we can have it set what the charge is going to be. You put a blank for that.
And the concession as well, and the food handlers as well.
So what is the,
The concession, we have a $50 use fee right now.
but
And
that's the
per-
use, but
is
that's
that
not
per
their,
what day, or?
that's per day.
Per day.
Yeah. So, but that's not including their food handler's permit, the food handler's fee. That's separate.
That's here, so that would be addressed with the $35 that they have to pay, anybody has to pay to come get the,
But is,
food handler's
how
permit.
often do they do that?
That's for a vendor, food handler.
But is that every game? Every,
So they can implement something probably once
once
a month,
a month, do it, something like that?
kind of work on that.
Okay. Okay.
But then we'll probably be through their 4 months,
Okay.
4 times.
Yeah, I think it's wise to have, the inspections, have the accountability to go out there and make sure that they're safe. I'm
safe
sure
is-
they are, but
Safe is the number one issue.
be safe and,
Yeah.
and keep our citizens healthy. Nobody gets sick or the liability of it,
Yeah.
So do
I mean,
they have
Chick-
insurance, speaking of that, liabilities, and they do all,
The leagues do.
They do?
provide that through.
okay. Just wanted to get it clear in my head. Thank you. Okay. All right.
Or maybe to avoid all the, because you'd have to go down another kind of rabbit hole with the whole sponsorship thing, right? Like say that if you're gonna have sponsorship, you have to do this, that, or it's a different permit or something.
Sponsored or what, for the fencing? Or what?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I see their point, you know what I mean? Because I've sponsored and I've done all that before, and yeah, some of them need a lot of help, some don't need any help. But like I said, I don't want to get lost in the weeds with that whole sponsorship thing, because, you know, unless it's like you say, just one fee and say, you know, whatever. But I mean, I'm more concerned with that one payment they pay for the whole
Season.
allotment. You know, that's nothing. I hate to say it, but that's really nothing. You know, I mean, I would say double it, double the concession use fee, and that kind of rounds up everything. You know, I mean, the other thing are per day and per field, so I think those are pretty comprehensive. But you know, because
Y'all, I mean, we can bring them back with those
Yeah.
amounts if y'all are thinking that that's,
to be fair, you know, that's just me.
Yeah, let's look at it. Let's definitely let's come back on that.
okay. One thing also that the Anderson Park Pavilion, you know,
Yeah.
we've been working on the Boys and Girls Club. Thank you, Mike, thank you, Jennifer. Working on the Boys and Girls Club and getting that pavilion ready. So we were gonna add we didn't do it on this one, but add the rental for the, or actually, it's a neighborhood facility. We probably need to come up with a name for it, but for that pavilion on the south side by at the neighborhood facility.
Yeah.
Am I reading this correctly? Is this the one we're talking about, the pavilion rental?
Mhm.
Is that pool rental?
Well, it's probably from Anderson.
Yeah, it's been there, a holdover, but we'll,
No pool.
yeah.
Yeah,
Pool's gone.
okay.
Well,
But this is
This
This is on the
reimbursable?
south side? or-
that pool is still,
Boys and Girls Club.
It's there.
it's functional.
Well, no, I don't know if it's functional.
You don't know yet? Okay.
No, we're,
I mean, it'd be nice.
For the pavilion, is that what you were asking?
Yeah.
35 is kept,
Oh, okay.
$35 is, no, but I thought we returned.
We give them
For the
We
rental.
give them back the
pavilion.
35.
So we
Yeah.
charge them 110.
So they give you,
They give us the 75 plus 35 and we return the 35.
Okay.
So we stay with the 75.
we stay with the 75. Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
That's 75 for the whole time, 4 hours?
and that's
4 hours.
mainly, Jennifer, it's reservation, Jennifer, on the pavilion, because if somebody's gonna go use it, they can use it. It's just that guarantees that they're gonna have it for that time. So if somebody wants to have a
It's a
party out there,
reservation.
they can reserve it for the $75 and that's their fee. But if somebody wants to take a chance and say, nobody's there, they want to have a birthday party, they can do it. It's not gonna cost anything.
That's fine.
It's just, the guarantee of whether they'll be able to have it exclusively.
So it's
for that time.
75 plus 35 deposit for the cleaning, and then they get that back?
They get the
The
35.
35.
Okay.
We keep the 75.
So on that note, it's $110, which is the 75 plus 35. I've never had to keep the $35 for the reason that they're very good on their cleaning. But we do refund those $35. I do express about the cleaning, and I've never had any trouble out there, so that's pretty much how it goes.
Y'all feel good about that price? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, so for that, if we wouldn't even collect that if somebody was, they're gonna use it
Happen out there.
without reserving it, yeah.
sorry, it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
No other questions?
I'm good.
Good.
Thank y'all so much.
Those are the changes that we're proposing for a fee schedule, so.
Council, any other questions or discussion on our fee schedule?
I had one question on the, I'm sorry, let me find it.
The vendor fees?
No,
Okay. I was looking at,
although I would like to look at the vendor fees, thank you, Mayor. No,
special events.
On page 10.
I'm sorry, I highlighted it. Come back to me, sorry. I'm sorry, I highlighted it.
On page 10, you said the price.
there's the health permits,
Okay.
special event, mobile food vendor.
Health permit.
On that B abatement on the bottom of page 10, so we actually do B abatement?
Sometimes we,
Yeah.
yeah.
We've done it in the past.
Well, no, we outsource that. That's a pass-through.
Yeah.
So anybody can call?
Well, I mean, we'll do it.
And a
depending
citizen,
on-
obviously, but
Depending on where it is, like, and how bad it is. I mean, if it's something that is, I mean, that would have to be, the honeybees, their swarms.
Yeah.
This is not just like wasp
Something-
or yellow jacket,
right,
something
right.
that, somebody will call in, we see them sometimes when we're reading meters or driving by. And if it's pretty close to the alleyway and things like that, we've done that. I mean, Odie ends up being the one that ends up calling that out, right? So how many do you think we've done in the past 12 months?
I don't know, maybe 10, but
Yeah.
A few.
they're usually in the meter boxes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or it's,
I've seen them in abandoned
somebody's
houses.
mowing and
Yeah.
they get hit and for emergencies, for families.
And if we have to do it on abandoned properties, we can put that on the lien also, if we have to do that.
what I'm saying is like a citizen call in and say, hey, I got a bunch of bees and whatever. Do they pay the 150 or?
No, I think that'd be different, right?
We haven't.
No, if it's in the meter box or something like that, no, they don't. I think it's more of, like if it's an abandoned home or
So
something.
there was a lady that lived in Mexico, they couldn't get to the bees at her house, there was nobody here, and they attacked somebody who was smoking, so in that case, we did send them out, and they were gonna bill the lady, I don't know if she ever paid, but.
That's fine, I just saw it, I thought
And
it
it
was
would,
kind
and
of.
it's typically when, for health and safety, if there is gonna be health and safety that we need to take care of, this allows us to put the fee on it also,
Okay,
and put it on a lien if we need to put a lien and get paid back.
okay. Yeah, and while we're there on that same page, can we go over the mobile food vendor prices, permits and the special event permits? The vendors and the peddlers? Uh-huh.
Sure, so the special event on the peddler's permit, if it's a special event, that's $35. And also the food is $35 for a food vendor. And so,
So if a food truck wants to come in and park somewhere, they pay $35 for the entire week?
well, no, that's only special event,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I'm looking up here, it says mobile food vendor permit, $25 per month.
I don't know why, I
Temporary
thought they
food
paid like
establishment.
100 and something.
I'm sorry.
Did they pay over 100? I thought-
As in temporary food establishment, $25 per permit, not to exceed 6 per calendar year. Seems like some of that's kind of,
Do they fall under the new orchards?
No special events for 5 days.
yeah, and then down the bottom says special events, thank you, Mayor, for $35 for 5 days.
Yeah, so, and what happens more is the special event vendors, so the Tahana Roots events they have here right now, well, the Moon Market is doing something different that will be talked about when they came back. Y'all gave us authority to work with them for about 6 months. Actually, it's been longer than that. We've been doing that, but they're just getting charged one fee, and so they don't have the special event vendors, 35 each. What we are charging, of course, is the food on that. That one's different, but all the other events that we have down here, every vendor has to come in and get a permit.
What do you mean by food? I'm sorry.
The food vendors?
Okay, oh, the food vendors.
Yeah,
Okay, got
food
it.
vendors come in, they have to come get a food vendor's permit, and it initiates us to do a.
To set up like a booth for a day or something.
Right, for food.
At an event, okay. And how much is that?
$35.
Okay, for food.
And then the peddlers?
Peddlers also is $35. There's less involved there, actually, but that's also, looks like that's a 5-day event for the special event vendors.
Yeah, the peddlers, it says $100 up to 5 people. What does that mean?
$25 a person.
Additional person?
Yeah.
Yeah, what does that mean? Peddler's permit, where they have different booths?
I think Ruben's on his way, but I want to say that's the one where, like when we have the parades and the guys selling the toys,
Uh-huh.
when you have
Oh,
like 5
That's, I
booths in
remember, that's special event permit, right? Like the Moon Market?
They should be peddlers.
I thought they were peddlers.
Yeah, they're peddler. They're
Sorry?
peddlers?
I think that is a special.
Yeah. Oh, special.
Yeah,
event.
each one has a $35 charge. Well, we waived it for
They're in a special event.
the 6 months.
Like
That
the-
was 6 months ago.
The people
we
that
waived it.
set up
Yeah,
to
we-
sell plants or
we need to look
different.
at that again. I need to bring this up.
That's a little different, that's actually a different fee.
It's a different, okay.
Where is that
Can we
fee?
get some clarity on that?
Yeah, the,
Rubens.
Yeah, Ruben's coming up with that.
I'd really like this to be a little more clear, because like we're all kind of
Yeah.
staring at each other like we're reading a different language, and I
Right.
want everything to be, because what are the 3 things we deal with? You know, mobile trucks that kind of come in, set up, pay a little fee. A lot of them are from out of town, right? A lot of times, I mean, do they have to get a sales tax permit?
They have to show proof that
Yeah.
they have one.
Okay, and then, so they have to get it from us, right? And
They just have to, they don't get they just show us proof that they have a tax ID.
got
Yeah,
it, when they come get the
Texas.
permit.
Right.
Got it. And then they set up for how many days?
And,
What's the permit, the limit or whatever? Way back when I remember several years ago, it used to be 5 days.
mhm.
I think, and then they had to get up and move, or was it 24 hours? I think.
I think, yeah, I remember that too.
There
But
are
this
guidelines.
says mobile food permit, and it says per month,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
wherever
through the years,
you
it's
put
gone
in
down.
one
It used to be a lot
location.
higher. It's
I
gone down.
remember it being higher.
Yeah. A few years back, it got lowered.
Yeah, 'cause I think in San Diego, it's like $100 for a
I remember it being
trailer.
like that.
That's what my sister-in-law was telling me.
So you can actually had it for about 250 because they were copies everywhere.
Right.
So we kind of raised the rate and then kind of, they went to a central location. So I think that's why we kind of lowered that, but, I'm not sure how much time they were there at the location. But, a few years ago, it was 250.
Yeah, $25 a month is nothing for somebody who's gonna bring a
Right.
food truck and be here and compete with brick and mortar people that, have a little bit different, overhead or whatever.
Right.
you know. I think we need to level the playing field there. No, probably not a popular move, but I'm just saying, I mean, we gotta be good stewards to everybody.
Right. Well, and it was 225, wasn't it? Or what? 250 is where we were at one time.
And they were paying it.
How long ago was that?
I was in codes, I haven't been in codes for a while.
Maybe 5 years ago?
Yeah.
About 5 years ago.
So what are other cities around us charging for this? Do you know what their fees are? Like, for example, Corpus, what is?
I think, if I remember, we were basing that 250 by what other places.
Yeah, I think San
I remember.
Diego was paying, they
And
were
has-
charging
Yeah,
that.
they're
all kinds of questions.
Yes.
Have some
Yeah.
continuity?
We have some questions.
We were missing you. We said, where's
Ruben.
you?
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Yes. Sorry I'm late. I didn't know I was supposed to be.
Oh, no, we just,
You're fine.
You're fine.
Thank you for being
Mr.
here.
Molina.
yeah, we just wanted some clarity on some of the permitting fees for like the food trucks and the actual special event items, peddlers permit. There was kind of,
Need some clarity.
there's like 2 or 3 line items here, and they all kind of blur, they kind of overlap a little bit, so I just wanted some clarity on the fees.
Probably we can do is go over like how we do the Tejano Roots and the same, those festivals that they've been doing over and over, and the permits that they get, and the inspections that we do, and then how we're doing have been doing the
Moon Market?
Moon Market, and then after that, we can talk about the itinerary of the food vendors, the food trucks.
So, what we've been doing on the food vendors for, let's say, the Moon Market. So on the Moon Market, what we do is anybody that requires a food vendor's license, we get a permit. It's a special event permit, which costs $35.
Right.
As opposed to if somebody just had a food truck permit at a different location, not not associated with a special event, it would be $25 per month. So when you do a special event, it's $35 for up to 5 days, I believe, is the longest you can do it.
Right.
So we check all the ones downtown. Now, the Tejano Roots is a little bit different. We do the same thing with food vendors, but on the Tejano Roots, we charge every vendor. So for a special event, whether they're selling food or not, they still come and get a permit. So those are the two differences between the Moon Market and the Tejano Roots. Now, of course,
So why aren't we doing it on the Moon Market?
that's,
Yeah, when did that come before you guys?
yeah.
July of last year.
2024. Yeah. So they were starting out, and
We can look at
the
ordinance, we
idea
can-
was
Oh, yeah, that was
a carve out to
Right.
be able to get them going, and so some of the vendors were complaining about the 35 because they were charging also to put up, the porta potties and things that they need to do, the insurance that it takes. So, yes, and that one's different. We're not charging that, but we passed the 6 months mark. We need to relook at that, how we're going to do that, if we're going to move forward, and how we're going to move forward. And if they want to be, they're big enough, kind of how it seems like they're having a pretty big following, they could become kind of like how the Tejano Roots does it and follow that same guideline. Then it would be just that would be how we do it standard, which every vendor gets a permit, and we do our standard inspections.
Right.
We're still doing on the food vendors, that hadn't changed for either one. On the food side, you're still gonna go and inspect, still charging 35, but all the other vendors, we're not charging for that Moon Market.
Now, when we do the Tejano Roots, we usually have 4 or 5 vendors. That's it. Other than food trucks. The food trucks all get their permit, plus they pay their fee. When we do the Moon Market, we have about 10 food vendors, but about 70 regular vendors. So I think that makes a big difference also. They don't have very many when we do right here with the Tejano Roots.
So you're saying they have about 70 vendors. We're not charging them the $35
Correct.
right now, so that's $2,450, $2,450 a month. And then the food trucks, we do charge them,
Yes, ma'am.
and they're $25.
$35. For
$35.
special events, if they're associated with a special event, it's $35.
Okay, $35.
If they're not, what are they?
It's 25. So if somebody set up in
For a
front of
food
a
truck?
business, yeah, for a food truck, it's $25 per month
Yeah, it's just 25.
for them to set up. Now, you could get a year if you wanted to and be $250 for the year, or
And-
$25 per month at a specific location.
So just a question here, more or less, how many food trucks do you see outside of special events in our community that you go and inspect? Or how
I'd
many do
say
you get?
we probably have anywhere from 13 to 15, somewhere
Outside of
in that
special
area.
events?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That are scattered around the city. They don't open every month. They're not active we're not doing these every month, but every few months they'll come and they'll pull a permit and we'll go out
Gotcha.
there and check them. Then they'll shut down for a couple of months and then they'll come back up. But I would say there's about 15 different trucks.
Okay.
And that number could be off, but that's just going off.
Yeah, just an estimate.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I know I had talked to you previously, one-on-one. We talked about the cost that it takes for your department to go out there and do the inspection and do whatever you need to do. We're really not covering that cost with the $35, obviously, for special events.
For special events, it's a little easier because we go to one centralized location and do, 8. And for those 8, it is cost efficient a little bit.
Okay?
But the problem comes up when it's not a special event and they're scattered. So we have an officer that has to leave their normal duties to go do a health inspection on one side of town for one food truck.
Gotcha.
So then that does take time. Then we got to go to a other side of town and do that one inspection. So that's where it's not so cost efficient. But when we're talking about one centralized location where all the food trucks are sitting right there, it does take time.
Yeah.
But I believe we're not losing by doing that.
That's if we're getting the $35
Right.
for each vendor.
Yes, ma'am. And so we do have an agreement with both, with the Moon Market and Tejano Roots. If we get to the location, we start doing inspections, and if there's a truck or somebody that requires a food truck, or I'm sorry, a food permit that doesn't have it, we contact the person to contact, and we make sure that, hey, this person didn't get a permit, we need to ask them to leave. That has happened once, and I believe another time we did tell that person, I think it was the first time, and we said, okay, on Monday morning, you need to come in and pay for this permit if you want to continue to sell, and they did. So it was an agreement that we made, and I think we've also even, I think the very first time, we went and took credit card authorization forms with us, so, because we knew it was going to happen, and we got it covered that way also.
And
So
that's
what do
all
they-
on the food side.
On the food side,
Because the other
vendor.
vendors, we go through and check for sales tax permits and things like that. But to try to get our costs down
Yeah.
for the Moon Market, we're getting a spreadsheet from them of the listing and the sales tax and all the information that we would need, so we wouldn't have to go individually and do it ourselves. So, since that fee was $350, it was kind of a low fee we did. We try to not expend funds to operate at a loss for those events.
So when you say spreadsheet, what do you mean spreadsheet?
Yeah, they send us a spreadsheet,
Of
a list
a
of their
list of
vendors.
vendors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So
they're not nonprofit, they don't have, we don't look at their financials, what profit she's making off of this, because she's selling each table
Yeah,
as well.
spot.
And that was the whole concern.
Selling
You know.
tables?
She's,
do you mean?
each
Spots.
spot, each spot.
For each
She's
vendor.
Okay.
charging the vendor.
Downtown, you're talking about downtown parking spaces or whatever, or owners?
Right. She's
Okay.
charging a certain fee, $25 to $30, I understood, and then in turn, we are waiving that $35 fee, but she's getting that money.
Where's the agreement?
We don't have it.
I'm sorry, what was the
written.
question?
Where's the agreement for that? Do we have an agreement?
I don't have that.
I
It's
think
just,
it's just
we just, what
6 months.
it's what you guys talked about during the council meeting is
6
what
months?
we're.
I remember 6 months.
Yeah.
That was to get started. I think they got started.
Yes.
I think they're started now.
And she was paying $300 a month fee.
Right.
And is she paying $300
Can
a
we
month?
get an agreement?
I don't know. I don't collect that.
Can we,
Well, we just use a permit application is what we use.
And then she pays $300 when she submits the permit.
have they paid?
Well, there was a few times that they didn't. We didn't, and so, but they're getting caught up on that. It was maybe a little bit of kind of lack of communication between us and them on that after about 6 months. But they've been catching up with the last 2-3 times, yeah. So paying the double is what we've been paying.
But on,
But, and just so,
Agreement, though.
now, since we're talking about it now, they did put a request in, I haven't approved them, I'm not gonna approve the request that they put in, was to move it downtown, here at our parking lot, and we're not ready for that. And so it's kind of an ongoing request, but what we did ask, because there was some complaints from some downtown folks, about the event and the street closures, and we asked them to produce a new list, and initially we asked them to get a listing from the downtown merchants, and all of them that were fine with that, with closing the streets at a certain time. And
I suggest that we suspend all their operations until they get caught up, they get paid up. And we figure out this whole new, because this should have been looked at 6 months ago, or, so, and, whatever happened, and now we're here, it's in front of us, and, we're trying to get some clarity on these different,
yeah,
permit fees. I think the $25, food truck fee, for 5 days, or, right, is that what it is? Or-
It's for special events, $35 for 5 days,
But if it's not a special event, it's how much?
$25.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Sorry. but-
yeah, do y'all have an idea of what you guys would want it to kind of go up to?
Maybe back to where it used to be,
The one thing, and just to put it out there, I do like having that event. I've had really good feedback. Now we do have to have a healthy balance of taking care of our downtown merchants, our citizens, and the cost that, we incur. The one thing I do like is that I have had a lot of positive feedback from people saying that, wow, y'all have this event happening. It's once a month, every month. And I have people from different areas calling and saying, so I do like the idea because it brings people into our community and our city, but we also we need to be responsible too, because they have a responsibility. They should have known whatever council guidelines they gave. They knew they had fees to pay, and that should have never not happened. So the one thing, that's my feedback on it.
I think there was one event where they didn't actually provide, bathroom facilities.
Yeah, we had to.
We had to get involved there.
And then the trash was just.
Well, I was gonna ask you, Ruben, so like, I'm curious, I know like some events are on a Saturday, and like these are on a Saturday, whatever. Are y'all normally scheduled to work on Saturdays?
We started scheduling Saturday officer probably about when they started. We needed somebody to work on Saturdays, so now we have somebody on Saturdays. Myself included, I'm part of it.
It's a rotating schedule that they have.
Yes.
So there's no overtime or anything like that?
Not, well,
No overtime. They
Used
still
to
get
be.
their 40s. They just have to miss a day during the week in order to.
But is somebody dedicated to this? Because you said there's 70 vendors or whatever, right? So it's.
Well,
pretty-
it's 70 regular vendors
And the
and
10 food.
about 8 to 10 food vendors. So they do about
So y'all
8.
just mess with the food vendors, you don't
Yes.
mess with the others?
No, we do. We have to walk it. We want to make sure that
Right, that's
nobody
what I mean,
else
like,
is.
It's
Yes.
not just like you drive by it,
Right.
okay, right? I mean, you're there.
And then those that are
Wow.
required sales tax permits
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
That's good that y'all are doing that. I mean,
And they
that's-
do
I do have a
check for,
question.
like, some are prepackaged vendors, all that, you check on all that.
Right, yes. Anybody that, if it needs to have a permit, we make sure and say, hey, this guy needs a permit, and we tell them, hey, you
Right.
gotta either leave
And they-
or you gotta.
and-
that.
Yeah.
So most of the time, though, they do understand it. Everybody that sells food understands that they know they need a permit because they go all around South Texas, so
What they
they
do,
know.
that's what they do.
Yeah, that's how they
I
make their
thought I
living.
found it very lenient that when you told that one particular party that, hey, go ahead and stay here and come in on a Monday and get it or whatever.
Yeah.
That was when we first started.
That's-
So
You know,
We're trying.
these are my thoughts. I mean, I'm just going to share with you guys. It's always, I like the Moon Market. I love that people come to town and visit our city. Some of those that do, because we have it, or they're in town and they go by there. But my suggestion is, why doesn't this is something just to bring out there, that this person who is organizing this, that they become a nonprofit organization and they go through the same process as Tejano Roots and ask for those funds for advertising, because I haven't seen the city's advertisement on any of their stuff yet, that I can remember or see, that she's promoting the city of Alice, because this is Alice downtown, our property, the city's property. But also, to alleviate all the street closures and stuff like that, have it at the Veterans Park. We used to have the Fiesta Banda there, and it's safer, and bring business down that way too. That used to be a booming little business that we used to have down there. Those are my suggestions, when we come to talk about it. If we decide to go forward with any of this, I think that's something that kind of would help. And this way, just like Tejano Roots, those vendors, they paid their fees,
Same thing.
I think it's
Same
two
thing.
different things, though. One's annually and one's monthly, so kind of just thinking about that. I do like the idea about utilizing Veterans Park, if that's something that they could change, because our Veterans Park, we invested funds there, and it's kind of not being utilized. I think that's great. That's a great idea.
Just a thought, but, those fees that are being utilized down there, I don't know, I just think that each vendor should be charged their fee and, you know.
Yeah, and I believe, because they run it, we get one flat fee. Because if every vendor had to pay, well, then it's pretty much a city-run farmer's market. And that's what we wanted to get away from, I believe, years ago when it was downtown.
Well, not really a city run. I mean, we're just collecting a permit on it like we're supposed to.
Like the only thing is this is regular monthly, like you said, and the other ones are yearly.
But we're not hosting.
But we're not, no.
We're just sitting here, people coming in and getting permits, All I know is that for whatever reason, we chose to wait 6 months. Hi, Mr. Garza, good to see you, sir.
Yes, hello.
I want to acknowledge Mr. Garza. Glad to have you back. We're just talking about the fee schedule and the permitting. But, for some reason, we did earmark it for 6 months. And we're on page 10, Mr. Garza.
Yeah, I just
Sorry, sir. We did earmark it or put that, timeline over 6 months to kind of evaluate them. And obviously it blew up, 70 vendors. That sounds pretty successful. But like I said, like the mayor said, we have to balance it out, and it's got to be fair to us too. And I know it's a Saturday. I know you guys get called out, and like I said, you didn't have a Saturday schedule until these folks came in and said, hey, there's a need there, which is fine. And I know the permit covers some of that, but that's why we're talking about it. These permits need to be adjusted, and plus it needs to help a little bit on the other end. And stewardship, great stewardship, is our job, and that's why we're here. And at the end of the day, we got to do things that make sense. Obviously, nonprofit versus profit, nobody likes to get into that mess, but it lands a little better when it's nonprofit, in my heart, But in this case here, we're having to expand a lot of resources for something that's private, and I know it does bring some commotion and some publicity over here, but like Councilman Bowen said, I don't see anything about the city of Alice on their promotional stuff.
There isn't.
And we actually bent over backwards to kind of help them with this, and they've been doing this for over a year with, a decreased amount of expenses on their part. I remember when they came in here. I remember the folks that spoke. Didn't even reside here. They were from other cities or whatever, which is fine. But like I said, I think all this needs to be figured out before we do anything else. And then we haven't even talked about the street closures. I know there's a little bit in that. I know that's why we brought it up the last time. That we do have to shut it off. And then, like I said, it limits the patrons downtown that their parking, as it is, parking's pretty bad too. And I know they did some, I guess, to see if people would approve it or not. And I know now there's a place out there that's actually an evening venue, and parking has obviously always been an issue down there. But
well, the street closures are what cause a lot of concern for, especially the business owners.
Is there a fee for that, sir?
We do have a fee for street closure when it comes to construction. Not here.
But like for downtown,
Not for
like when they do like the
special events.
ambassadors or they do the little parties downtown.
Not for those type of closures.
Have we ever considered something like that? Do we need to consider that?
We could.
And they're mostly in the evening anyway, but the
Right.
ones during the day, I'd be more concerned about that.
The Tejano Roots down here doesn't cause a lot of concern.
Just here, right?
It's
This little piece
between
here.
two parking lots. That's been pretty standard for a while.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, not to spend all morning just chasing our tail here, but I would like those. My personal opinion, I would like each one of those looked at. The special event vendor fee. I would like the 6 months has passed, so that needs to be kind of taken back to where it used to be to make it fair to the Tejano Roots vendors. And as far as the food trucks, something needs to be done about that, because like I said, they compete with the brick and mortar folks that are struggling like everybody else now. And then as far as that the downtown market that they were talking about, it's. I can't see anybody not paying a permit, fee or whatever, or going.
Yeah, we'll have to visit with them.
Okay.
Pretty quick on that. Maybe some changes if they want to make some changes on how they want to do it. But I think the idea seemed to be they were getting started and gave them the leeway to get started, and now they almost as have as many vendors as Tejano Roots would have down here, so they can follow the same process as they do, is what we need to look at.
Yeah, well, all I want is equality. I don't mind the market. I just want it to be fair across the board for everybody. I'd like to get some sort of agreement or some kind of understanding, so we're not questioning anything. So it's on paper, and we all know. She knows, we know, and we're good, and we can proceed forward. But it's just, equality is one thing that I'm looking for. You know, through all vendors. If we charge one vendor here, you know, it's got to be fair. Street closures, like Robert was saying, we got to look into that, and just said to be fair for everybody.
And I think conversation, I don't remember what happened, but conversations said if they grew, they were to pay us more. I mean, I didn't know how that would be structured, but
Well, we don't
not
have
to
it down, right?
stay at that, yeah.
Yeah, we need something.
Well, they're struggling to pay now, I guess. I mean,
Sorry?
they haven't paid.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, it's,
And that's funny because they haven't paid, but yet they've grown
Yeah,
like exponentially, right? And it was basically
but that money's still owed.
Yeah, they definitely have.
the permit part of it. You know what I'm talking about?
$300.
Like Sandra was saying, or Councilman Bone was saying, Councilwoman Bone was saying, you know, at 70 vendors, so that's 70 spots, whatever they're selling the spots for. Like I said, we're back to the, you know, it's not a nonprofit organization, so there's something there. So like I said, until all that gets brought up to speed, or brought up current, and these fees are kind of squared away, I don't think we should be taken advantage of anymore, you know.
Yeah, we need to wait on approving these permits until we resolve this. I agree.
Another thing to consider is we will have electricity outlets out here, so if our flat rate goes up, I mean, that's something to consider, and one of the reasons it's gonna go up is because we're gonna provide electricity now.
Nice. That's okay. I mean, like I said, we've always tried to find the balance between, you know,
Right.
helping and but being fair and not overdoing it for certain, you know, parties or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Any other discussion or question?
I think we're good.
No? Mr. Garza? Thank you, Ruben.
Okay. Thank you, Ruben. Appreciate it. Thanks for your time, Pa.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Esparza, anything else?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So, let's see. I lost my agenda. Okay. So, no further questions?
I had one quick question. I was quickly glancing through, and I won't wait too much longer, but
No, it's fine.
I know that I know that we had talked to when we were going through the budget. We had several people come up and talk about things that they were concerned about. Did we ever look into anything with that with IT?
Yeah, that's why I was looking for that.
Look into a position.
Yeah, the
Or
position.
some kind of, you know, help or whatever. I know we had, ever since Jim left, and then kind of, I guess there was the cyber kind of.
Well, our cybersecurity is covered with CrowdStrike. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Our downtime would be, if something were to happen and they had to shut down machines, we would need, I mean, it would be difficult for two people to try to get those back up. And so, but on the, you know, so that's the, getting back to the uptime. And we'd have more downtime by not having extra people. But we are going to have, is the chief still
Chief
here?
has an employee that's gonna step in and cover.
You want to call it in?
Chief?
He's getting his degree in cybersecurity.
They're asking about.
Okay,
Cameron? Cameron?
You're getting,
Are you losing an employee
Oh.
to become our IT?
No. So we were making some changes and trying to, that benefit both our department and the city. So we've been talking about this for over a year. This isn't just something that came up. And Michael, Mr. Esparza, the one that brought it up to me. So we do have an officer who is educated, and he went to college and graduated with he'll graduate with cybersecurity, a degree in cybersecurity.
Okay.
And he's well-versed in computers, and he's helping IT already. So a lot of what we do here, when they need help, they'll call Cameron and go and help him. So we talked about, instead of hiring a third IT, and correct me if I'm wrong, sir, instead of hiring an IT person and pay him a full salary, why can't we pay Cameron a stipend, right, when time comes? So my thought was, we're going to make some changes within our department, within the structure of the Alice Police Department, and we're going to start elevating some of our officers that have been there and putting in positions of leadership. So we're going to have an opening in CID. So my thoughts were to move Cameron to CID. And he is there 8 to 5, or Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday. I think they work 12-hour shifts, or 10-hour shifts, excuse me. And so they'll be there 4 days out of the week. So he can be there, and during the day, he can help IT. And most of the IT
Help ticket.
requests
Yeah.
and the help are for Alice Police Department. Okay? And it does, because we do have so much going on.
Yeah.
And so like yesterday, we had IT in our office all day, because we've moved dispatch from the back, now it's in the front.
Yeah.
So we did that yesterday, so he was there all day. So we could help IT and Officer Cameron Reynolds fill in that position. That's something that maybe could save money and also help our department, help the city, and all across the board. Just thought, food for thought. I think, is that the question?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Sorry.
Said all that.
No, it's just okay. Well, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And any help, any way to help, I appreciate that.
Yes, and so just a stipend.
Awesome.
What are we talking about?
I'm good then. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Good. I'm good, man.
No, that's fine.
Mr. Garza?
This is for IT, right?
Yeah.
Do we have any money budgeted for Hector to go to training there? For any, because I know we were talking about something, he was, Hector, come on in, please. Hey, brother, remember the last time we were talking, you were mentioning trainings or things like that?
Yes, I vaguely remember that conversation.
What kind of trainings were you talking about that you felt?
Oh, that the main training that I was talking about wasn't really a training, but it was more of a municipal management thing, like a conference. And what happens is managers from other municipalities, they all get together, and well, there's panels. They talk about other cities, the issues they've come across before in the past, and their solutions to those issues. So in those panels, me personally, I've taken a lot of notes on, some of the things that are relevant to what we experience in our department. So that was kind of the main thing. That's called a TAG ITM.
Now, is that a once a year training?
Oh, once a year?
event?
Yeah, once a year. It's a weekly thing.
Okay.
Or yeah, once a year for a week.
How much does it cost if you don't?
Roughly, it depends on the class or the registration itself is I can't remember off the top of my head, but then with travel, hotel stay, it can range anywhere from $1,000 to $1,700. I've seen it go as high as $1,800.
And do you personally feel that the information you're receiving from that is worth that or more?
I do, yeah.
Okay, so if it's all right with everybody else, I think that we can give them a couple of bucks to go to that training, because our IT and all that, I mean, that's our future. We're going to be dealing with artificial intelligence, all kinds of stuff like that, and so, I mean, if anybody else.
What does it run?
What, I was gonna say, what's the cost?
1,700, you said? something
Roughly,
like that?
yes, 17, 18, depending on travel and a hotel. I mean, it just depends on where it's at.
I think that's great, because I think training is always, helps us improve, especially keeping up with.
I love that part, and then the networking
with times.
as well. I've met a lot of contacts, other managers from other municipalities, and they all I can still reach out to them
And
still
help each
call them
other.
on a timely basis and catch up.
That's good.
But then also tell them, hey, this is what's going on. Have y'all experienced? Oh no, but Portland has. You should call them, and
Right.
so it helps out.
Let me ask you another question. I mean, I think that's great. Do we need to, I mean, I'm okay with that. I don't know if they are, but my question to you too is since you're up here, is who handles our social media pages, our website, updates, all of that?
Social media, that's mainly Nelly.
Okay.
But we do fill in. If she's out, they'll send us a request to update the website or update the Facebook page, and we usually take it from there. But mainly it's Nelly.
Okay, so I think that, I mean, can we utilize our hot funds to either hire somebody or, does she get a stipend for that?
Like a
Yes.
communications,
Social media?
She gets a stipend.
communications coordinator or?
Yeah, something like that, because
Communication.
I just feel that we need to keep a little bit more focused, and it'll take time off of you as well, so you could do other things.
Yeah, there are times when we fall behind on updating the website, and we usually get notifications from Odie to update certain pages, but I would like to have somebody in our department be more on top of it. That way, when somebody leaves, we have a lot of offboarding, and then we have to go into our directory, you remove all that stuff, and it's quite a bit. I mean, we have Microsoft licensing we have to take off. Depending on the position, we have to back up their email address, delegate it to somebody. So depending on the position, on the personnel itself, that's where things can get tricky. And then updating the website and
I don't know, I just feel like we're like a little behind in the times, I look at other cities and other areas of what they're doing and how their websites look and how their social media is being presented. It's just a little different. So I'm wondering if we could possibly fund that through our hot funds, promotional, I don't know. It's something to look into.
We do need to step it up a little bit on that, on the social media part, because a lot of people do that. I mean, not me so much, but a lot of people like to do all that.
I would also like to point out that we had an intern come in at one point, Celeste Torres. She was a valedictorian for Alice
I
High
remember
School.
Celeste, yes,
Yes,
she's
and
awesome.
she was here, I can't remember, 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
But the entire time she was here, she was on our website updating.
I remember.
And she had weekly meetings with Arlene, I believe it was.
At the time.
And it was just constant updating.
Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying, I
brilliant.
remember.
Can
when
we
she
do
was
that
here.
again?
Bring an intern? We can look for an intern.
Because they're young, they're smart, they're not dumb and old like me. So kind of figure it out,
I don't know, I mean, that's just a temporary
It's what it
fix,
is, you
so.
know?
Another thing I've noticed
Old
is,
hard drive.
is even doing some old-fashioned type of letting people know, like a marquee with information, maybe a digital marquee next to our water tower that lets people know, like city council meeting or whatever events are going on daily, just so people when they're passing by they know what's going on, whether it's water rationing or stage 1. That way people can see a visual, because not everybody's on social media, not everybody's on the website.
Yes, absolutely.
I just think our marketing
But if
needs to
they
be,
pass by every day and
Our
see
city.
that, it could be a way to let people know
Where could we put
events
that?
for the water tower.
Yeah.
he wants it on the water tower,
On the-
real big. Real big.
I don't know, I'm just trying to get,
No, it's a good idea.
I'm trying to get more information
Any
out
place to put it
to
on
people.
City Hall
Yes.
somewhere here?
I agree.
People need to know, and I know
Highway
it's-
sites,
I
probably.
look crappy.
it ties up.
Highway.
Oh, we put all that stuff up here,
Entrance.
but nobody really comes back here.
entrances.
It would have to be big.
I think just right
That's something,
there.
that's something to talk about.
That's something to
Right.
think about.
It's something to consider that kind of goes with what you're saying as far as, and what you were saying about social media, letting people know we have to have another outlet, And I think good old fashioned advertising like that works.
Yeah,
And I remember they used to have the time and temperature at one time in Alice.
I remember that.
And we would just drive by there just to go.
Just to see what
Yes,
time it is. or
but-
what-
We had a little something there, the Chamber of Commerce, right? There was a
It
little
was the
thing there
Chamber
at
of
one
Commerce
time.
had a marquee.
Something that's real visual.
Maybe we can put something real big there. I mean, that's a real busy intersection.
Does it still work, the marquee? I wonder there.
No,
It's
it
gone.
doesn't. It's
Oh,
gone.
y'all
We
removed
would
it.
want something big and kind of prominent,
Yeah.
It was removed.
There's
I
there's
think
a
that's
lot
a
we
great
can
idea.
do. I mean, even with Jay, I don't know. Yeah, Jay, we just put up the weather station there at the golf course, and we checked out the online dashboard and everything, and it keeps everything up to date as far as weather. We can even put that on our website.
Yeah, link the temperature and link the time to that.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, it just happened, so that's why it's not really like being pushed just yet. But
And it works, because it's gone off already.
I've heard it. I heard it twice already.
Oh, that's right. You're
And I,
right by
I'm
there.
like, what the hell? That's the weather, right?
Well, going back to the position, that I was talking about, I think if we do the intern, that's a temporary fix, because we're not gonna have it all the time. I'm thinking about somebody who's dedicated to that, even part-time, but just dedicated to that throughout the year, That's my
What's your
thoughts on it.
that was one of the original intentions for the position, along with the cybersecurity, is keeping up with not the Facebook page, but our website. Like I said, it's on the offboarding process. It's a long process, so I can take care of a certain aspect of it, and then Matthew can do something, and then whoever comes in behind us can, okay, I'll fill in the rest. So, as opposed to taking time off from everybody, especially if we're working on something pretty big, which happens quite a bit.
You're looking at split duties with a lot of different things involved. I mean, and that's what we do a lot of anyway with different departments. We're trying to do that with finance. I mean, all departments need positions. And so as we go through the budget, we have to decide which ones get filled, which ones don't. And every department does as much as we can with as little as people that we have. So it'd have to be something with multiple duties. If we want to look at more social media, we can do that. The help, we're trying to get the help for IT from the different departments and also from the PD, having that help out to take some load off what IT has to do. But if we include social media, yeah, we can help that sense too. We got to find a way to fund it. Now we're looking at the hot funds for that position.
What if it's just one of these? Because I remember back when my son had his band, and even with State Farm, like you get all kinds of, whether you want them or not, all these kinds of solicitations. Like, hey, we'll run your web page, we'll create it, we'll do this, and you send us the updates, and we'll get real innovative, and like you said, do all the new state of kind of cutting edge kind of technology. Kind of do that. Maybe some kind of monthly service where they do it for us, where it's not too crossing the
Yeah, and
privacy line.
there's several companies that do that
Yeah,
for a
but-
lot of municipalities. We end up doing it in-house.
And
So that comes
somehow
out of
tie
our
that in
general
with.
fund, doesn't it? I mean, something like that comes out of our general fund?
If we hire a company to do it, depends.
Yeah.
Some can come out of hot funds if we're utilizing.
But if there were to
that.
tie it into the hot funds, but
That-
as far as like marketing or whatever, part of
We're
it.
promoting events and we're promoting, other things.
It doesn't have to be 100% from general fund. We can do a split.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we
the
can
only
visit
thing. I
that,
just don't want to.
I've known Hector
touch
for
the general
quite a good
funds.
while, and, our job, when we sit up here, all your directors come up, and, it's kind of like my nephew, whenever he's afraid to tell my dad something, my brother, so he'll come talk to me, and I kind of smooth it over with my brother, so, to go to this, the big guy that kind of wears different hats anyway, and so when he comes up, it kind of lets his opinions be known, how things are going behind the scenes, we kind of got to listen and hear it, and I've always been a firm believer that, you can teach the skill, you can't teach the attitude, and he's got a great attitude, and I think he'll be a great asset one day. I'll be long gone, and he'll be running the show here, but, you got to listen to the little folks, so.
Well, we do. We go through every department in finance.
No, I know you do.
We look-
Hey, I didn't
we
mean
spend a lot of
I
time
didn't
on
mean
it.
to throw a rock at you,
Whoa.
but like, hey, he did bring it up. I didn't see it on here, so let's kind of discuss it. I didn't know, and I know just the fact that y'all been working on this for a year, you and Chief, so I know y'all are always on top of things, but you have a lot of things to worry about. So this is just the one time we sit down, hash it out, and move on. Thank you, Hector. Appreciate
Thank you.
Well, I just asked that you look into something and let us know. I appreciate it. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you all.
Thank
it.
you.
I'll get back to work again.
And I know y'all spent a lot of time, so thank y'all, because I know it wasn't easy going through all of it and trying to figure out what do we do, what we don't do, what contracts, you looked at service contracts and all kinds of stuff, especially with the software now. Those are going up, and it's something that we can't, we're like, can we cut some of the subscription? No, that's part of the software that helps us support this, so we realize some of those challenges with what we have, and
But, yeah, it was
we
a-
appreciate it in our Parks Department, our solid waste, they all, someone would want an extra, 2 extra people, or, it's hard. So I appreciate it. I know what y'all present to us has taken a lot of consideration, and y'all put a lot of work into it, so thank y'all so much. But anything else?
No, I was gonna say that one cyber attack on CBC a few years back, remember? I mean, they shut them down like for a month or two, like turned their whole world upside down. So it can be scary,
Yeah, and that's why, I mean, that was one of the first things I did coming in, was we looked for the best possible endpoint security, and we found it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Anything else? We're good?
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Michael, for what you do. Thank you all. I know it's a lot of work, and we're grateful for everything. So just keep up the good work.
Thank you for being patient, patient with me especially. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
y'all don't know, but he has this look that he gives me whenever I bring up a question like, you had to do it, whatever.
No, I think.
I know, I've been getting those looks today.
Everybody's telling me that, it's my shoulder.
Yeah, for those that aren't aware, Michael had a fall, literally a fall,
Yes.
and stumbled, and just he had some fractured humerus and
Fractured right now.
right,
Yeah.
and
As we
so
speak.
he's slowly but surely coming back to us, but appreciate
But
it.
he's
I know
still
it's
working
a
hard.
stressful job. And back to all the
Way to
direct.
DR, right? I was on the phone on the way to DR.
Yes.
And I just want to also just say, like, to all the directors that come up here and spend all your time and kind of do as much as you can with what little you have, I really appreciate that. Y'all could come up here and ask for the world, and we can only kind of do what we can do. And have Michael pull a rabbit out of the hat, but I appreciate all y'all do. Thank you.
Gabriel and Vanessa.
Appreciate it.
Working
Thank you, Jay.
together.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jay.
Don't give up on us. We're all a team. Thank y'all for everything y'all do, honestly, because I know y'all work hard. Hey, so if no further discussion or questions, we'll move on to our adjournment, our next agenda item, adjournment.
May
I'll
I make
entertain
a-
a motion. Go
I
ahead,
make a
sorry.
motion to adjourn, please.
I'll second.
Okay, we have first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? Meeting is adjourned at 11:33 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Hey, Desiree, appreciate it.